Okay, so today we're going to be changing the front brakes on a 2001. This is a Chrysler Neon, but it works with Dodge Neons. And basically this process works the same on the Neons from the 90s and the 2000s. So we'll go from there. So what you're going to want to use is definitely a jack stands, because you don't want the car falling on you, your lug nut puller, and I threw a couple chocks in the back because you don't want the car rolling around as you're jacking it up. What we're going to do first is put on the emergency brake so the car doesn't roll around. Sorry there. And then you want to start it up and move your wheels. You want to move the wheel to the direction that you're changing first, so it's easier to get to the calipers. So right now we're doing the left-hand side, driver's side, so you turn it to the left. Before you jack it up, you want to loosen the lug nuts on the tire that's going to be up in the air, because you don't want to struggle with it once it's up in the air. As you can see, because we've turned the steering wheel to the left, it's much easier to get to the wheel and to be able to do the change. So the next thing we're going to do is jack it up using the mounting point under all this junk, as you see under my rusty car. Right in here is kind of where you want to jack it. Try to find a spot that's not super rusty. Okay, so it takes a 10mm socket. It just hooks right up there. And now we're just going to crank that guy off. Sometimes you need a little force to get her started. Once you get her loose, it will just pull out and you'll be able to change your calipers. So as you can see, the actual pad holder has been taken off. The top bracket and the bottom bracket, as you see, those stay on there. Just the middle piece slides right out very easily. And then you've got these clips right on the front there. If you get a screwdriver in there, these will just pop right off and the actual pads will slide right back out and you can put new ones in. If you want to test how good your pads are, you see them in there. You've got the two pads. Right now, mine have lots of life left in them, but you'll see them get closer and closer to the metal, and that's when you'll start hearing noises and things. So right now, those pads are pretty good. So for changing the rotor, it's super easy. Once you've got the pad holder released, you've got the rotor, and you just pull that guy right off. Okay, so it just comes off that easily. What you want to do though is once you're done changing it or cleaning it or anything like that, definitely put some brake cleaner on there, clean it up, get all that dust off, get your fingerprints off before you put it back on. One thing you might want to do when you're doing your brakes is fire some paint on there. So what I've done is, now that I've got the actual pads out, I threw a shop towel in the actual cylinder there, and I'm going to put a bag over top of the actual hub so you don't get that painted, and then you fire some paint on it. So once you get it back on, you just gotta tighten those guys back up as you line them up, and then you're good to go. And you've got painted calipers and new brakes if you want to change your brake.